Joy Gurudev, Joy Ma Shambhu Mahadev, Sana Bhavatu. Today we will talk about why do mantras work, or why do mantras don't work, or how do mantras work, and how do we get Siddhi. We will talk about this. So I have seen many people telling me, Guruji, Gurudev, you do the mantra, it will work for us. I tell them that the same mother is your mother also. You do the mantras, you will also get the powers. But they say no. If you do, some senior mentors does the mantra, say Yuktama does, Shambhu Guruji does, then we get the result. We don't get the results. It is a wrong concept. It is a wrong thinking of yours. You have to change your thinking. You have to change your, mindset. Because what works is not the mantra. What works is your faith. So first of all, faith is necessary. If you have faith that if Guruji or Gurudev or say Uttama or someone else, some senior mentor, head mentor will do the mantra, and only then the mantra will work, then only the mantra will work. And if you have faith that even if you do the mantra and it will work, then even if you are doing the mantra, it will work. It has to work. Now, once faith is established, second comes the technique. What is technique? Technique is that your mind, first of all, let us understand what is your mind. Where is your mind in your body, first of all? If you ask a doctor, where is your mind? He will say, over here. This is not your mind. This is your brain. So all your mental diseases are treated by pumping chemicals in your brain. Even your doctor does not know that where is your mind. Your mind is all over you, around you, and within you. Your mind is your aura. So understand that your mind, when it goes outwards, when it is having thoughts, it is your mind. But at the same time, when your mind is not thinking, it becomes your soul. It becomes your consciousness. It becomes your nothingness. So, manena trayati iti mantra. That which transcends the mind, that is mantra. If it does not transcend the mind, it is not your mantra and it is not going to give you any benefits. Now, how do you transcend? How do you cross your mind? How do you stop thinking? So, repetition of one word. Say if your mantra is Ram, you go Ram, 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 Ram. Your mind is hypnotized. It is self-hypnotized. And it is bored by repetition. And this boredom makes the mind go to sleep. And when the mind goes to sleep, when the mind is not thinking, because mind is not an object, it is not a matter. It is energy. It is a verb. So mind is a process. And the process of mind is thinking. So thinking is mind. You understand this. Your thinking process is mind. And when there is no thinking, there is no mind. That is called the no mind state, or that is called the meditative state. So when your mind is repeating one word, Ram, 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 without any kind of expectations, what happens is that it gets bored, it gets self-hypnotized, and in this process, when it gets self-hypnotized, it goes to sleep. It turns into no mind. It is called Aman in Hindi or Sanskrit. No mind state. Mind is Man and no mind is Aman. And when the mind goes to sleep, when the mind is, dozed off, what happens after that? What happens is, it stays in that state for some time. But that you don't realize how much time, because that is almost a no mind state where there is no time and no space. So when it stays in this no mind state, and when it comes back, the last thought you had before it went into the no mind state, and the first thought you had when it came back into the conscious state or the dreaming state, that thought, if it is the same thought, it will get manifested. Say if you think of something very impossible, that you have 15 wives and they are all happy. So even if you have this kind of impossible dream, it will also come true. Only thing is that your mind must conceive this thought just before it goes into no mind state, and just before it comes into it leaves the no mind state. And that is possible with repetition, with mantra chanting Ram 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 Ram. Now after that, the next is that you have to forget. You don't have to be restless, you have to be at ease. If you don't forget your desire, if you are not at ease with yourself, then again your mantra is not going to work. So how will you go into a state where you forget your desire? Your desire is so precious to you, and so you want to fulfill it, and so you want to chant mantras for it. But how will you forget the mantras? How will you forget that what you desire, that what you want? And for that, there is sankalp and faith. Faith in Guru, faith in Ma, that yes, your dreams, whatever they may be, however impossible they may seem, they will all be fulfilled. And sankalp, you take the sankalp and you drop the sankalp. You don't take the sankalp, you drop the sankalp after taking it. Then I am letting go my desire. Only then it will be fulfilled. So these three rules you understand. First is that faith, that if I do it, it will happen. Second is to forget what your desire is. And third is that putting your mind into boredom state. But this is not all. There is more.
I'm Manisha, and I was very fortunate to attend the Swarodai course with Hitesh Guruji several years ago. Swarodai course is a very exceptional course, and it's actually called Gupta Gyan in Hindi, which means hidden knowledge. And Hitesh Ji is one of the only ones, or one of the few ones that I know of, who seems to be an expert on this. So I attended this workshop, and he very patiently explained us the whole workshop, and we learnt every shloka one by one. He explained us the knowledge, what is the significance of it, and how we can use this knowledge to make a difference in our life. He's a very patient teacher who guides you slowly and steadily through all this knowledge, and always open to questions so that he can explain in depth the significance of every shloka.
Now, second is the chanda. We have understood that three things are important. One is sankalp. Sankalp means we think of what we want. Second is, dropping the sankalp. Third is, again, when your mind comes back into the conscious state, you have that thought again in your mind. In between, you put your mind to rest. And faith is very important, that you have faith when you do it for yourself or when you do it for others. When you do it with 100% faith, for whomsoever you will be doing it, it will come true. And after that is, the speed of the mantra. Now, the best part is that when your mind is in a no mind state, when your mind is at rest, when your mind is peaceful, what happens? What happens to your mind? What does your mind do? When your mind is at peace, when your mind is calm, it becomes one with everything and everyone. So, when you come back to the conscious state, your mind does not remember what small desires it had. It will forget all the small greedy desires that it had. So, how to make the mind remember the desire again after you have completed your chanting? And for that reason, there are different forms of goddess or different forms of deities. One deity will fulfill your certain desire. Different forms of 10 avatars of Vishnu and thousands and countless forms of goddess. One form of goddess will fulfill one desire. One form of goddess will free you from something. One form of goddess will get you something. So they have different mantras. So when you have a form in your mind, that form makes the thought after the chanting more easy. It makes that mind more accurate over that. And the different sounds of the Bij Mantra that we have been learning from quite a time, they also have a particular effect. Like La is the sound of earth element, E is of Shakti, Ra is of wealth and fire, Sh is of Saraswati and Gupta Shakti. So all the sounds, when that mantra has just different sounds, when you end the mantra, that type of thought will come into your mind. For example, if you are doing Lakshmi Kamla mantra, then your mind is full of liquid element, water element and cold. And so when your mantra ends, immediately you think about wealth and nothing else. So this is how the mantra works. So using appropriate mantra as well as the appropriate idol, appropriate form on which you will meditate, that is also very important. Now, after that is the chanda that I started with. Chanda is the tune in which the mantra has to be sung. There are different chanda: Gayatri Chanda, Bhairav Chanda, Trishtup Chanda, Anushtup Chanda, and Ushnik Chanda. Now, when you chant the mantra in various chanda, what happens is that chanting also brings you to a certain mind wave immediately after the chanting is over. Fourth is the lay and the dhvani. Dhvani is, some mantras have to be chanted without moving your lips, like if you are whispering. Certain have to be chanted by just moving your lips. Certain have to be chanted by whispering, like you are whispering. Some have to be chanted like we are talking, and some have to be chanted like you are screaming loud. So this also creates different type of desires in you immediately after the chanting is complete. For example, Gayatri, Savitur Gayatri mantra, when you are chanting it, you just have to move your lips. Bij mantra, when you are chanting, you have to just chant it in your mind. Your tongue must also not move. In some mantras, your lips have to be closed, but inside your tongue has to be moving. All this information is very easy to get from the scriptures, from your mentors, once if you know this secret. Okay. So the sound in which you chant the mantra and the tune in which you chant the mantra, we have understood it, that it brings you to that particular thought again. Now the bigger question is that how fast or how slow must we chant our mantra? So that is again a very important question. How fast or how slow will you chant your mantra? See, your mantra in the beginning, when you are doing a mantra for the first time, or when you are starting your chanting, you start your chanting with your Ishta Devi Bij mantra, and you have to do minimum 6 siddhis first before you go to any other goddess. And you want to learn more, so the Guru tells you that the mentor tells you that you start chanting fast. So first, in the beginning, whenever you get a new mantra, or whenever you are practicing a new mantra, this is my experience, I'm telling you, by my experience, that you start by chanting it very fast. When you have a habit of chanting it faster, your mind will go into a no mind state very fast. Then after that, you have to slowly reduce the speed. And as you keep reducing the speed, slowly and gradually, you will see that once your mind is in a habit of fast chanting, the thoughts will not stop even while you are chanting. In the beginning, your mind is not in a habit to chant fast. But when your mind is not in a habit to chant fast and it is chanting faster, then your mind will go into a no mind state. But slowly, when your mind comes into a habit of chanting faster, it keeps on chanting. It keeps chanting faster, and it also creates a habit of thinking along with it. So you realize that though you are chanting very fast, but still at the back of your mind the thoughts are on. So you are not being able to go into a no mind state. When that state is received by a certain mantra, at that time you start chanting slowly. You don't immediately chant very slow. You gradually start, reducing the speed of your chanting. You slowly and increase the time of the mantra. It doesn't matter at that point that how many mantras do you chant, but what matters is that how fast can you enter into a no mind state, how gradually you can get into a no mind state. So this is what we learned today, that let us sum it up. Take sankalp before chanting, and there's one more thing pending. I will let you know that in the end. First we'll sum up. Take sankalp, have faith. Second is the speed, the tune in which you chant is very important. Fourth is you have to take care that all this we are doing to enter the no mind state. Remember your desire in the beginning by taking the sankalp. In the end, the form of the goddess, the tune, and the alphabets, the sound of the mantra is going to help you to reconnect with that thought, with that desire again. And whatever that desire may be, nothing is impossible, because everything is a dream, and the dream gets manifested. the speed of the mantra. Again, what is important in, you know, calculating the speed of the mantra is that your mind has to enter the no mind state. And once you do that, once you know that by chanting this mantra fast or slow, I'm entering into no mind state, you study yourself and then you chant that mantra accordingly, fast or slow. Now, also the tune, in which tune chanting the mantra puts you more in silence, that is also important. Havan, Tarpan, Marjan, Bhojan makes the mantra enter into each and every atom of your body and all the elements of your body. Once you are able to understand that, you will know that without Havan, Tarpan, Marjan and Bhojan, no mantra will work. And in the end, there is one more thing, which is, your hands. Where are your hands when you are chanting? Generally, the scriptures say that you have to hold a certain mudra while chanting different mantras. Different mantras have different mudras. Different deities have different mudras. And whichever mantra you are practicing, you must know at least 6 mudras of that deity. If you want to manifest a house, you must know which mudra you must hold and which mantra and which deity you must worship. Like for example, if you want a house, if you want to construct a house, so how will you do that? How can you, which mudra? Say Bhuvaneshwari mantra with Ankush mudra. This will help you in constructing a house, in buying a house, in getting a house, in blocking a house for yourself, blocking a property for yourself. But most of the time I see that many, not so mature sadhaks or many new sadhaks who don't take sadhana very seriously, or new sadhaks, they don't know perfection of mudra. And if the mudra is not done in perfection, if you don't feel the energy in the fingers, in the fingertips, if you are not doing the karnyas, the anganyas before chanting, the mudras will not work. And where to hold the mudra? Where are you holding the Ankush mudra? In the picture of Ma Bhuvaneshwari, where is she holding the Ankush mudra? She is holding it near your heart. Now, if you are holding it downwards, then it is going to give you negative effect. So that is also important, that where are you holding the mudra? So if you don't know the mudras, or if you don't know the position of the mudras or perfection of the mudra, what you do is you count the mantra near your heart, or you count it near your third eye. So this is how, when you cover your hand, right now I have no one to catch the phone for me. So like this, when you cover, with your right hand you count, and with the left hand you cover the right hand, and you keep it near your heart, or you keep it near your third eye. And that is how the mantra starts working for you. Okay? Next is the chakras. We'll talk about this.
I have known Hitesh Bhai, the head of Vidya Foundation, for many years, and through him I have attended so many havans and pujas to make a difference in my life. Several times I have faced certain situations which are impossible to manage on any kind of level, and the problem can escalate into being lengthened for years at end. It could have led into a legal issue with serious complications, obviously with regards to property. So I had gone to Hitesh Bhai for solution, and he helped me and did some special pujas for me and my family to help us to get out of this situation and resolve the problem very amicably between two parties. So if you are looking at resolution for issues and disputes, be it your personal life, professional life, with regards to legal issues also, I found that getting pujas and havans done from Hitesh Guruji and Vidya Foundation can help you a lot in this life.
So, what is the theory of chakra? How are chakras helpful in chanting of the mantra? First of all, you have to be sure that your chakras are aligned. They are in, center position of your Sushumna Nadi, the main chakras. If you let anyone of our mentors or people who have done the second level of our aura course, if you ask them, they will check your chakras for you if they are aligned or not. And wherever your hand is or whichever mudra you are holding on to, and wherever you are holding on to the mudra, if you are holding on to the mudra over here, that will enhance that chakra to get siddhis, to get supernatural powers, to get powers by which your mantra, your sadhana will be, answered, will be fulfilled. The two main chakras which you have to work on is your Anahat chakra, which is in between your nipples, and your third eye chakra, which is Agya chakra, in between your eyebrows. If you focus, either you focus over here or on the tip of your nose or in your heart, or if you keep your hands over here or over here while chanting, you will see that you will get permanent power. Not only that particular desire will be fulfilled, but you will get the power of fulfilling various desires, and at the same time you will also have the strength to fulfill this kind of desires for yourself in the future and for others also in the future. So the permanency of the power comes when you work on the chakra correctly. For that reason, you have to follow all the small and big rules that have been mentioned. The smaller rules are very much important, like using a asana. When you are using a asana, you are keeping the energy above you. Don't use leather while chanting. Wherever is the leather, the energy goes at that place. I've seen people, chanting with their hands, fingers put at their genital, at their Muladhara chakra. And for that very reason, the energy goes in the Muladhara chakra, in the genitals, in the Swadhisthana chakra. And only their sexual power increases, which is not bad. But 24 hours they are just thinking about sex and relationship. That's not good also. So that if you want to avoid, you must keep your hands accordingly. Don't wear leather. Wherever is the leather, the energy will be pulled to that place. If you are wearing a leather belt or a leather purse is there around you, wherever that purse is touching, that energy of that mantra will be pulled at that place. You don't want it. So you can only have a leather asana to be sitting on it. And that too, there are many rules for it. You can ask your mentor about it. And no leather must be on your body. You must be clean. If your body is dirty, your energy is stagnant. It won't move. So the small rules or big rules, whatever the rules may be, follow the rules. Don't, jump the rules. Don't skip the rules. It is very important. Okay, so anything more that we think of? I think that's it. Hari Om, that's it.